born a healthy, happy boy. He actually was really quick in his development. He walked early, he crawled early, he said ma and da. So in all his pediatrician appointments, he was right on par with everything. At about 12 months, he started to get sick easily. His immune system seemed to be compromised, so he would have rashes from head to toe, and he just didn't really seem to progress after about 12 months at the capacity he was. So in bringing him to the pediatrician around 15 months, when I started to worry, because even though he was able to start his words and play soccer and seeming like a typical kid, I was worried. I felt like I lost him is the best way I can describe it. When I would say Tyler, he wouldn't really look at me. His behavior started to get increasingly worrisome. By that I mean screaming in a bathtub, didn't want clothes on, didn't want socks and shoes on, fighting me for getting in a car, screaming and I didn't know why, which you would think, okay, this is a typical toddler. But there was more to it. Like, it was an all-day tantrum, pulling his hair and not really communicating with me as though I thought like a 15-month-year would. So at that point, I had the conversation with my husband. I said, I need help. I was overwhelmed. So we moved to Rochester. I was a stay-at-home mom, and my husband worked a lot, and Tyler got worse. His rashes went from head to toe. He had yeast. By yeast, I mean like yeast rashes around his mouth and diaper rashes. It just got worse. The night terrors, where he would be up in the night screaming. He was banging his head on the wall. He was completely stopped eating. The only thing he would eat was chicken nuggets, French fries, pizza. It was so limited. And the doctor said, at least he's getting protein, or at least he's getting carbs and, or peanut butter and jelly every day. That's just how toddlers are. But I just knew, he had diarrhea and rashes, and I thought there's something else I can do. I finally got an appointment. I had him evaluated. I got the answer that I was dreading to hear, like, your son has severe autism. And I was with my husband, and we didn't know what to do. I'm still going to be emotional about this. So the doctor, who still works there, said to us, you should start saving up money, not for college, but for a home, because he's not going to be able to ever take care of himself. This is something that you have to have a different vision now. There's nothing that will help him. There's no diet. There's no therapy. Somebody could have said that's just false hope, but I knew I had him at one point. I knew he was born healthy. I saw him dribbling a soccer ball. I saw him look at me and say mama and dada. So I had this hope that I could get him back. The first thing I started was taking out milk and gluten, and they tell you to do it gradual because it's very difficult. But I was like, let's do this. I did it. I took it out immediately. It was a nightmare. I thought banging his head and pulling his hair and trying to hit his sister was a nightmare, but taking out wheat and milk, I did not realize that he had an addiction to it. It was like watching a drug addict begging for it. I mean, he would climb the countertops wanting milk or crackers. It was challenging, and I got him down to, because I had to take away the chicken nuggets and I had to take away the French fries and the pizza, I got him down to only drinking out of a bottle. And here he is at this point, 3 years old. For 6 months, he solely drank liquid. And it was scary because I'm like, is my kid gonna die because he's not eating food? But I knew that at least I was getting a little bit of nutrients in him with a turkey baster and a bottle. And slowly he started to feel a little bit better and want real food. That was my first win. Like, he's gonna eat real food, and maybe I'm helping him. When parents tell me that, oh, it's too hard, I can't take off gluten, or I can't stop, I need milk, he needs milk, I don't understand. it's hurting their body. I don't understand why, if you can help them, why won't you? Because I promise you that if I put any sort of toxins in my son, it will hurt him. I actually talked with a mom yesterday, and she said to me, Lori, I'm trying, like, you're not understanding, this is so hard. I have other kids. My son won't eat. And I thought to myself, I know this is hard, but you can't cure cancer or autism or MS or diabetes or lupus eating chicken nuggets, pizza, and milkshakes. The only way you can if you research anything, the only way you can heal these autoimmune disorders is from being healthy, eating real healthy food. And that's what's healed my son. So many people, they think they have depression or ADD or ADHD or bipolar disorder. And the problem is when you give them pharmaceutical drugs, it can make them worse. If you give them nutrients and vitamins and real food, it can heal. So my goal in working with Dr. Pace is to give hope to the families that maybe aren't going through what I went through with Tyler, but are having trouble in schools because their kids can't sit still. Well, what are you feeding them? You know, and are they eating dyes? Are they eating fake food or high fructose corn syrup? Are they eating the school lunches, which unfortunately have those things in their lunch? I don't want you to have to put him on a drug if you can just simply change his diet. So that's my hope in educating, because as you will see, the difference in who Tyler is today and who he was is miraculous.
When I was younger, like I gone through a bunch of, like, it was so tough when I was little. Like, if we were playing a board game and I lost, I like throw a fit and everything. But now, if I lost at a board game, I just congratulate the person who won. So when I was younger, I was allergic to wheat and dairy, and I had allergic reaction to both of them. But the thing that really changed that I wasn't allergic to was that I now eat organic foods or non-GMO foods. I have to get used to this organic food thing all the time because my class's birthday parties where someone brings in a food that I can't eat. So my mom brings these organic cookies. Like, it's the same thing every time. Like, sometimes I get really jealous, like if it's like really delicious cake, but the cakes that Mom makes look so much better. Because Mom's like, she is a really good chef. I used to have no friends at my old school. It was very lonely. But then when I came to HFL, I started making friends pretty quickly. Besides recess and lunch, I really like science. I recently discovered that if you when I wake up, and I can choose what kind of day it's gonna be. Like on Thursday, I woke up and said it was gonna be a great day today. And it was a great day. Nothing bad happened.
All right, you ready, buddy? Come on over.
So when you come here, we first do the adjustments, and then I do this thing called traction where I pretty much lay down on this very comfy chair, and then we do exercises, which are stuff like that strengthen up my core. I do karate twice a week, and I love to play video games, and I love playing with my sisters. I just love my family so much. They're my most important thing in the world.